labyrinth of conditional existence to the soul's final stage of spiritual perfection is ultimately Krishna's lookout. Still, in all soberness, if we ourselves actually want to permanently solve the problems of life, if we seriously want to attain the goal of our bhajan, if we want to ascend to the terrace of prema and go back to Godhead by the end of this very lifetime, then we really have to surmount our mediocrity and intensely focus and refocus. No one else is going to focus for us. If we are not part of the solution, we are part of the problem. If others are not willing to understand the great necessity of purely concentrating their energy on the aim of life, if they are not willing to recognize and follow the examples seen in the lives of those who do so, then what can be done? That is their problem. They will have to eventually muster up enough sincerity to realistically deal with it. So I think today you all can go back with this thought, what I can do to become more sincere, to follow in the footsteps of Sripad Aindra Prabhu. I know this is a huge, like his footsteps are so big, we cannot fill it for sure. I'm talking about myself, but we can try our best, and today especially we can try to realign our journey. Hare Krishna. Sripad Aindra Prabhu ki.
Thank you so much, Tapana Prabhu, for reflecting this such nice Krishna conscious ideas in connection with Aindra Prabhu. I will request Ranjan Mohan Prabhu to quickly come and give his offering to Sripad Aindra Prabhu. And after that, Sabyasachi Prabhu, you kindly be ready. And then we will watch a video of Aindra Prabhu to conclude the program. Or not conclude, I mean as the last part of the display. And then we will have Pushpanjali and Aratik and Prasadam. In the meantime, I will request all the devotees to kindly maintain the silence because the speaker is getting a little distracted and disturbed.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavi. This is the first time I am holding mic in my life, so I am a little bit shivering. Sorry. I am grateful to have had the privilege of serving as a book distributor in ISKCON Delhi from 2002 to 2005, during which time I often accompanied my maternal uncle Madhu Sundar Prabhu to Vrindavan to attend Aindra Prabhu's soul-stirring kirtans. In 2006, I was residing at Prabhupada Vani Ashram, where I regularly attended Aindra Prabhu's kirtans. Despite the disapproval of certain ashram leaders who discouraged association with Aindra Prabhu in any way or attend his kirtans, so eventually I was forced to return to Delhi, where I was again engaged in book distribution seva. Later, Madhu Sundar Prabhu and I visited Aindra Prabhu in his room. Aindra Prabhu asked, "Why have you come?" He was looking very serious, offended. We said, "To have your darshan, Prabhuji." He said, but I speak different from Prabhupada. I don't preach what Prabhupada said. With folded hands, we said, why are you saying like this, Prabhuji? You always speak what Prabhupada said. Aindra Prabhu said, but these devotees in Prabhupada Vani Ashram, they claim that I don't preach what Prabhupada said. You will see, Madhu Sundar, these leaders in Prabhupada Vani Ashram will go very down. They will go very down. They will be finished. And later we all know what happened. Leaders were gone. An entire youth preaching program collapsed. A prophecy that tragically came true, that tragically came to pass. Second, I have one more pastime. During the Kumbh Mela in Vrindavan, our whole team of book distributors came. Aindra Prabhu arrived for a kirtan and had just blown the minds of Kumbh Mela crowd with his kirtan vibes. After the program concluded, he needed a ride back to Krishna Balram temple and began searching for a rickshaw. However, each rickshaw driver demanded 60 rupees, which Aindra Prabhu was like, no, 50 is the max. Despite his persistence, no driver agreed.
Madhusundar Prabhu intervened, suggesting that Aindra Prabhu take the rickshaw and he would pay 60 rupees. But Aindra Prabhu became angry. Why waste money? Who gave you this Lakshmi? This is Prabhupada's money, earned through his hard work and dedication, and he is asking 10 rupees extra. We must not squander a single penny, for it is equivalent to wasting Prabhupada's blood. Just then, a local Brajavasi intervened, instructing a reluctant rickshaw driver to accept 50 rupees and transport Aindra Prabhu to the ISKCON temple, assuring him that his rickshaw would be spiritually purified by serving an advanced devotee like Aindra Prabhu. The driver finally agreed. As we rode along to the temple, Aindra Prabhu kept preaching about the importance of saving money and was stressing to be careful with money. When we finally arrived at the temple, Aindra Prabhu jumped out and was hastily departing, saying that he has service to his deities, Nitai Shachi Suta. But just as he was leaving, the rickshaw driver shouted, "Theek hai Baba, Radhe Radhe." He was shouting like this. As soon as Aindra Prabhu heard Radhe Radhe, his face lit up like 1,000 suns. His demeanor transformed instantly, and he returned to the rickshaw, overjoyed to hear the driver utter the sacred names of Radha. With a beaming smile, he came to Madhusundar Prabhu and said, "Did you hear he is saying Radhe Radhe? He is saying Radhe Radhe. Give him 10 rupees extra." So this heartwarming pastime showcases Aindra Prabhu's devotion to Radharani. His joyous response to the driver utterance of Radhe Radhe, it highlights the depth of his love for Radhesham. I have one last pastime. One time again I went to Aindra Prabhu's room with Madhusundar Prabhu. I asked many questions about one Babaji in Radha Kund and about which seva pleases Prabhupada the most, book distribution or Harinam Sankirtan. I recorded that conversation which Aindra Prabhu himself appreciated. So in that conversation, I asked Aindra Prabhu that we are associating with you so much. So some senior devotees are asking, will Aindra take you back to Godhead? Aindra Prabhu said, why not? Didn't you ask them why not? Don't tell me if someone is chanting Shuddha Naam that he cannot help you to attain the Dham. Just by the activity of chanting Hare Krishna, simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Nijasar Shakti, all Shaktis are there. And he went on saying many things in depth. Same day in the evening, I went to attend his kirtan, and I was not chanting loudly. And the Prabhu looked at me with angry, piercing eyes. And in the middle of the kirtan, he shouted on me, saying, "You don't want to go back to Godhead?" So I started chanting loudly, ever after. From that day on, sitting in his kirtans, I treasure the memories of Aindra Prabhu's sublime kirtans and his unwavering dedication to Srila Prabhupada's timeless and revolutionary message. As I conclude my offering, I would like to extend my deepest gratitude to the 24-hour Kirtan Mandali department for kindly offering our Vrindavan community children the privilege of participating in Harinam Sankirtan every Sunday. This blessed opportunity is a testament to the department's dedication to nurturing the next generation of devotees. Aindra Prabhu once said in his famous ISKCON grassroots Nam Sankirtan Revolution speech, he said, "It's time to wake up and understand what is the responsibility of every man, woman and child." He said child also. In this movement he said, every man, woman and child in this movement to take seriously that dharma which Lord Chaitanya himself inaugurated for the deliverance of all fallen conditioned souls. Special thanks to His Grace Akinchan Krishna Prabhu, His Grace Aranya Vihari Prabhuji for their tireless efforts. This initiative is a beautiful fulfillment of Aindra Prabhu's cherished desire to even engage children in the sublime practice of chanting the holy names. Shripad Aindra Prabhu ki jai.
Thank you, Ranjan Mohan Prabhu. Oh, this was really amazing. Thank you so much. Saraswati Prabhu, please come. And thank you for actually managing the kids while Kirtan. Ranjan Mohan Prabhu, once again, thank you so much. Ranjan Prabhu, every Sunday he comes and manages all the kids from 10 to 11:30, 1.5 hours. ISKCON kids, the community kids, they do Kirtan in the temple. And it is not easy to manage kids. So there are Matajis who are managing, like Gitavli Mataji, and here Ranjan Prabhu, he is taking care of the kids.
Srila Prabhupada said that first one should become a gentleman And then after that, he can become a devotee. So I want to say a few stories about Aindra Prabhu, his quality of gentleman. He was very, very soft toward other devotees who would come to him. And at the same time was always very, very strict to himself. His sadhana, his vows, his following his standards was very, very high, but he never criticized devotees around him. Many times when devotees would come to his room, and his puja would take about 6 hours. He had 1,108 shalagram shilas in big plates, 6 or 8 plates, I don't remember how many. And he would apply oil to each shalagrama. He would cook for them. He would do puja for Nitai Shachisuta and Radheshyam. So it would take 6 hours. And his vow was that as a pujari, he would not eat prasadam before deities accept offering. And whenever devotees would come to his room, he would just serve them, answer their questions non-stop until they ask those questions. And I witnessed many times when devotees would come in the middle of the puja to his room and ask him philosophical questions, he would immediately take books from his shelf. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Padma Purana, so many different books he knew by heart, and he would look for appropriate quote to answer that question. And it would take him much, much, much longer to complete his puja, cook for deities, offer, and as a pujari he would not eat until he offered prasadam, and he would not eat if day is over. If the association with the devotees, answering questions, would extend his puja up to midnight, he would say, okay, today, that means in the beginning of the day, in the midnight, next day, I didn't complete my puja yet. So that means he would fast. He would never tell to devotees, go away, I have short time, please leave my room, I didn't eat yet. He would simply not eat 2 days just because of his desire to answer question of the devotees. Once I came to his room and I told him, I'm a brahmachari, I'm traveling and preaching, and I need someone to speak to. I need someone to offer my food to. I want small Gornitai deities with me. And he said, just go to Loy Bazar. There are so many Gornitai deities, choose. And I told him that usually in Moscow, in Russia, gurus, they tell to devotees that you should not keep your separate deities. You have to visit temple, you have to stay in a temple, you have to attend temple programs. So they do not encourage. And brahmacharis to have their separate deities, separate altars. And then I told it to him, he didn't have an answer. Then I left and I walked down in a Gurukul on a staircase leading to Prabhupada Samadhi, that entrance. And then I heard someone is running behind. And I was surprised. Aindra Prabhu came all the way down with a piece of cotton in his hand with the oil which he was applying to the shalagram shilas. He said, I have the answer. And right there, almost in front of Prabhupada Samadhi, he told me, go to your guru and tell him, when you order your disciples, brahmacharis, to remain brahmacharis and to preach, and they decide to get married, and instead of serving your instructions, they want to serve women, what do you tell your disciples? This conversation with the guru, they will not follow your instructions. If they want to get married, if they want to serve women, they will do it, and you cannot do anything. So why? He told me, ask your guru, why if I want to serve Gaur Nitai, why I cannot? So he instructed me to ask Guru Maharaj that question. If I want to worship woman, then I can do it. If I want to worship Gaur Nitai, why I cannot do it? So he he was always very sincere in his conversations with devotees. Once I came to his room at evening time, and I asked a few questions, and he pulled out Padma Purana, and we were reading, discussing different books, until Pujari blew the conch for Mangalarti. We didn't sleep all night. He wanted to share his inspirations. Same time, he was very strict to himself. He was doing, I do not know how many years, but I remember one year for sure, in a winter, end of December, beginning of January, that is the coldest time in Vraj. And he was following Katyayani Vrata. That means before sunrise, before 4:45 a.m., one should take bath in his clothes in any lake or river to get Krishna's mercy. So he was going in the early morning. Aindra Prabhu would go to Yamuna river, walking all the way without shoes. Yamuna river, take bath in Yamuna river in his clothes, and then come back, walking back without changing clothes. So I saw on the staircase, Bhagavad Purana, you remember? On the staircase leading to his room, there would be wet footsteps with the dust of Raj, which sticks to his feet. And it was very cold. And he did it early morning, so that no one could see his vrata. That was his determination to get blessings of everyone. He would go to Mahadev, Kshetrapala Mahadev, Gopeshwara Mahadev, Kundeshwara Mahadev. He would go to the deity of Yamuna behind Keshagat, small temple there, and pray to them for Braj Bhakti. So one last story, short story. At the evening kirtan once, before Gaura Arati, when Aindra Prabhu completed his kirtan with his amazing, powerful Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shyam. At that time we all offer obeisances, and then I whispered to his ear, you are enjoying kirtan. And that was a big mistake because his mood, actually I learned it later, was that, so he looked at me very, very seriously. Like if I have committed such a big offense that not possible to commit more bigger offense. I was afraid because he was very strict. He said, go with me. And then his harmonium was hanging on his neck, and he would walk back to his room, not speaking to me, not looking at me, very angry. We were going to his room, and I was actually thinking he will beat me up in a secluded place so that no one will see. I didn't know what was wrong, but I knew that I am wrong, and I will be beaten up. So he said, he came to his room, he opened his door, and he asked me, come inside. I went inside, and he immediately closed the door. I knew that it's finished. But the reason why he closed the door, he said, looked, and behind the door, there was plastic container with hydrochloric acid for toilet cleaning, then brush, broom, and rubber gloves for cleaning toilet. He said, this is how I enjoy. This is my enjoyment. Every night, or a few days per week, right? He would go to that public toilet on the 3rd floor of the Gurukul, which was used by brahmacharis, by pujaris, by so many rooms were occupied there. In the middle of the night, when everyone is sleeping, Aindra Prabhu would wake up, take the acid, take the broom, and clean all of the toilets. Many years, few times per week, few days per week he would do it. He told me, this is how I enjoy. And there in the temple room, Radhe Shyam, they are enjoying kirtan. I'm not enjoyer. They are enjoyers. So that was his mood. I remember that. Aindra Prabhu ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Sri Sankirtan Yagya ki jai, Gaura Premananda, Hari Hari.
Thank you so much, Sabyasachi Prabhu. Sabyasachi Prabhu has many, many, many more stories. Maybe in coming years he would like to share with us. Now, last but not the least, we will hear directly from Aindra Prabhu.
Sankirtan meaning Sangha. Nam Sankirtan. It's the Yuga Dharma. There's only one Yuga Dharma in this age of Kali. There's no other Dharma than Nam Sankirtan. Sankirtan meaning Sangha Kirtan. And Sangha Kirtan means many devotees. Of the 9 processes of devotional service, beginning with Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Kirtan is considered to be the most important. This is described by Jiva Goswami in the Satsangdargas. Kirtan is the most important. And of all varieties of Kirtan, non-Kirtan is considered to be supreme. And then there's different types of non-Kirtan, because there can be one person loudly chanting the holy name. But then there's Sankirtan, Sangha Kirtan, where there's 2 or more. Krishna says, I'm not in Vaikuntha, I'm not in the hearts of the yogis. Where am I? I'm where there are 2 or more devotees glorifying my names. Having the desire to give pleasure to, Krishna, the senses of Krishna. But, when you think about Krishna's pleasure, how to do it for Krishna's pleasure, and the main ingredient in the matter of Krishna's pleasure is the heart. To sing from the heart. To sing out of a desperation for somehow or other getting Krishna's favorable glance upon us, His merciful glance upon us. Somehow or other, if we can accomplish that by our performance of Sankirtan, then we've done the real thing. Why Sankirtan? Why not just one little babes in the woods somewhere crying alone in the wilderness? Why coming together and cooperating, giving up our egocentricity enough to cooperate with each other to produce a louder voice to get Krishna's attention? We're calling out as loud as possible for the benefit of others, but also loudly, so loud that we can hope to be heard in Golok Dham, to call him Golok Eta Prema Dham. Harina, just like Advaita Acharya was loudly calling out for the appearance of Lord Chaitanya, loudly calling out. So that kind of loudly, the 6 Goswamis engaged in transcendental kirtan, not just loudly, but transcendental, supramundane, spiritual sound vibration, Shuddhanam, Shuddhanam kirtan. Don't think this chanting and dancing will not lead to the desired goal. What is the goal? Krishna Prema. Chanting and dancing for the purpose of pleasing Lord Chaitanya. You can hardly expect to please Krishna in this age of Kali without pleasing Lord Chaitanya. So primarily our chanting and dancing is for the pleasure of Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Krishna comes later. But it should come to that point where we're endeavoring to please Krishna with our chanting. The most powerful anga of devotional service is Maha Harinam Sankirtan, where there are hundreds and thousands of devotees coming together and chanting and dancing. That is considered to be the supreme limb of devotional service. Not only in Kali Yuga, but in all time and all circumstances for the rest of eternity. Both in the material world and in the spiritual world, the highest aspect of unalloyed devotional service is the group effort to please Krishna through congregational chanting and dancing. Don't think this chanting and dancing will not lead to the desired goal. It will, if you do it. Go through the motions, 6, 8, 10, 12 hours a day, every day, and see what happens to you.
Aindra Prabhu, shalom.
But not least, I want to express my gratitude to the whole temple management, ISKCON Vrindavan management, for facilitating everything. This air-conditioned hall, outside there's a very scorching heat and humid atmosphere, but we are sitting in the air-conditioned atmosphere. All the donors, Mukunda Dutt Prabhu, once again, thank you so much for everything, Prabhuji. We always need your guidance and blessing. All the Matajis who have cooked today's Bhoga for the deities and for Sripada Aindra Prabhu and Srila Prabhupada, and all the Matajis once again who are making flower garlands daily for the pleasure of Shri Nitai Shachisuta and Shaligramji. Then I want to thank all the Kirtaniya Bhaktas, Kirtaniya devotees who did a fantastic and very powerful Kirtan, and they are supporting in 24-hour Kirtan shifts also coming from outside as a community devotees, and giving their, and time and energy to us. Without them, it is really, really impossible. And also I want to thank our shift devotees who are staying in the ashram. It's not easy in scorching summer and, bone-chilling winters to just be dedicated enough and do your shift religiously and regularly. So my sincere thanks to all the shift devotees. Also I want to thank Gaur Bhagwan Prabhu, who has very meticulously and nicely arranged today's. He is leaving to US very soon. He has been, just come here, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Arvind Prabhu, please come. Just wonder, just come. I want to just say he has been very, very instrumental. When you go to the deity's room, Shri Nitai Shachisuta's darshan, all the gobar work, he has been really, really hardworking person there. He has crushed all the mitti with his own hands, with the labor. He has worked as a labor, okay, with the labor. So a big Haribol and a round of applause. Haribol! Haribol! And Prabhuji is leaving on 16th. And very important announcement, tomorrow onwards, not today, tomorrow onwards, we are changing the darshan days for Shri Nitai Shachisuta. Now, considering the lesser footfall, lesser devotees are coming for the daily darshan, and there are many more practical reasons due to which we have to change. It will be only for 2 days in a week, which will be on Saturday and Sunday only. Rest, you can come and take darshan from the glass door. There will be no inside darshan. The darshan will be from the glass door from Monday to Friday. Only on Saturday and Sunday, you can come inside, take darshan, stay for like 2 minutes, take a little prasad and then leave. We are sorry about this. We didn't want this to happen. We wanted daily darshan to continue, but there are some serious practical issues due to which we have to do it. Thank you so much. And last, sorry for this delay. We were supposed to wind up by 2:30, something like that, but it's almost 3 o'clock. So quickly we will do Pushpanjali under guidance of Mukundat Prabhu and have Aratik, and then Krishna Prasadam is waiting for all of us.